there says 1 to 9, but my clock says 9 o'clock, so we'll get started by 9 o'clock. I don't think so. Okay, Commissioners' work session for January 27th. We'll start off with planning, Gabe, or Eric, Gabe.
I'll take the lead on this one. I got a lot to talk about. First off, this is Carrie Kappa, our new grants administrator. She'll be taking my spot most of the time now to talk about grant projects. So you'll see more of her and less of me moving forward. The first thing I have is the 2018 subrecipient agreement with Bucktail Medical Center for their CDBG project. That's for the accessibility upgrades in their facility to change all those old swinging doors into automated doors and get them into the 20th century for their technology on that. And that will help them out a lot for everything that they do moving forward. And that project, they asked for $66,257, so as soon as that's signed, we can get to them, we'll come back and we'll be able to start their project. I don't know if you have any questions about that. Yeah.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. Second thing I have now is regarding the trail. I'll start with the conditions upgrades and everything that I'm going to be doing up there. Given all the rain and snow we've had, I didn't see any damage when I was out there this past week. Right now, Cleanscapes is getting ready to do a 5K on that, so I'm trying to get everything prepped for that, including GPS pointing and making all the miles and kilometer markers. So anybody who wants to use that going forward, those will be available, since I don't know why they're not, but they aren't there right now. So I'm gonna get all the mile points marked out and then hopefully order some trail markers. We're gonna use the same ones that the Pine Creek Trail uses, I believe, just to keep everything consistent across that, since we'll be joining up with them. We ordered new locks for the gates, so they're all gonna be on one single key instead of having a full key ring. And then we get all that to the EMS services and fire stations and townships that will need access to the trail, as well as PennDOT and landfill and PPL. Now to the good news for the trail, we are now fully funded for the bridge crossing, the Susquehanna. Last week we got awarded $250,000 from DCNR in a contract amendment to our original contract, which was just engineering, so they now included construction on that and awarded $250,000 from money that they either got back or didn't award before. And because of that, and because of the $100,000 that we allocated from our Act 13 money, PennDOT awarded the additional $621,259 on the 23rd, which gives us the entire $2,058,456 that the project was estimated, including project contingency. So if anything was going wrong, that price is included, and they were a misestimate. So we should be able to start construction on that in summer now, with estimated time of next year for completion, I believe, on the bridge. And then it's just all phase 5 moving forward.
I'd just like to say thank you to the planning department for going out and getting all this money. In the last 2 weeks, we received almost $1 million from DCNR and PennDOT, and that was all because of the work the planning's done on pursuing these loans. If it wasn't for the loans, that bridge would never get built, believe me.
Grants.
Our grants.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't have to pay it back.
Yes, grants. If it wasn't for those grants, it'd be doubtful that bridge would ever be done. We just don't have that kind of money laying around.
We had other ideas, but this ended up being the easiest way. And I don't even have the words to express how happy we are that it happened. So,
Well, thank you to you and Katie and everybody else in planning that worked on it.
I'll second that.
thank you. So we'll keep you updated on that moving forward and everything that's construction's gotta be going on, so it's probably gonna take off here pretty quickly. Moving on to my final thing, courthouse bids. They're gonna be opened on Thursday. We've had 2 new contractors come and visit the courthouse last week or express interest in bidding on it. We sent them everything as well as the 14 previous ones, so we're hoping that we get some lower bids this time from the ones who bid before, and some new ones because of how we broke out that bid document. But other than that, I'm hopeful. That's really all I got for that. So we'll see.
Great. Anything else?
Gabe, can you remind us the deadline on that, please?
Deadline to get bids in was 27th.
Wednesday at noon.
It'll be the 29th at noon, Wednesday.
Thank you.
Yep.
Agenda items, county issues. Agriculture Preservation Program.
Yes, on Thursday, Marianne Bauer of the Conservation District, who also serves as the administrator or director of the Ag Preservation Board, she will be here. At this time of the year, the county has to fill out a commitment letter that gets sent to the State Ag Preservation Board telling how much you've allotted for the program for 2020. And we have $30,000 in our budget, which is the amount we've had for the last 4 years at least that I know of. Along with that, under the Clean and Green program, when people get out of Clean and Green for whatever reason, they have to pay back 7 years of rollback taxes, plus some penalties and other things for getting out. Clean and Green is meant to be forever, so if you decide you want out, you have to pay back. And so the part of that, the interest on those back taxes can also and is also put into the Ag Preservation Program. So that amount is, for this year, which is $3,776. So what you'll be approving is a certification of $33,776 to be put into the county's Ag Preservation Funds. Then the state will give, I'm not sure how much it is, but it's much more, it's in excess of 33,000. It's more like 100, something like that. But we'll let Marianne tell you how much that will leverage and put back into the program. And she also usually does an update on where Clinton County's Ag Preservation stands, how many farms are in, give you an update on how that all works.
Presentation of credentials to the graduates of Strength-Based Family Worker Program. Children and youth, I assume, will be here to take care of that. Yes.
Yes, that's an annual thing that they're involved in. They actually train people in this program. Some of our employees each time get into it. It's quite a lengthy curriculum and it gives them a certification that helps them in their work. But we also train people from other child-related agencies and other counties come to our program. It's held right here in this room. Is it 8 weeks, do you know?
I think it's 80 hours.
80 hours of training that gives them an extra certification in helping families. And they'll explain all of that on Thursday.
Okay. Second amendment to the Correctional Facility Health Care Service Management Agreement with WellPath.
Yes, that's a prison agreement with the medical service provider, WellPath. And to my understanding, there are really no changes. It just advances it for the year 2020. Nothing changed, I believe.
Consideration of truck plow purchase for maintenance. The 1997 Jeep that we've been plowing with for 23 years has finally decided it doesn't want to plow anymore. The engine is gone. I don't know what held. I listened to it probably a month ago, and I don't know what kept that engine in the vehicle as it was. It's County bought it new in '97, so it's well served its purpose. So we're looking at a new vehicle for the maintenance department.
And that was put in the budget. The one that they've picked out is a 2007 Toyota Tacoma with a 7.5-foot plow. The total cost is $19,591.47. And then they will give us whatever trade-in allowance we can come up with for the Jeep. So it'll be that amount less what the Jeep turns out to be worth. And we did get telephone quotes from, I believe, 4 other trucks. Some were a little less expensive, but the mileage on this one, do you know how many miles? How many?
35,000 on the one we're purchasing.
35?
Yes.
Yeah, and some of these are 186,000 miles on them already. And so this was felt to be the best value for what we're getting.
Personnel items.
Yeah, we'll have a couple of those. I don't think I have too many right now, but there will be 1 or 2. I also just had a memo from Children and Youth to add an appointment to the Children and Youth Advisory Board. They're recommending Ms. Natalie Serafini as a new member of the advisory board. And give her qualifications as a school counselor. She's currently in the Loyalsock School District as a trauma counselor. And so they feel she would be a good addition to their board. So that one I didn't have until Friday night, or Friday afternoon.
Announcements, we've already taken care of full funding for the river crossing project. We took care of that earlier. Schedules.
Okay, today at noon, you have the Community Trade Association in Renova. At 3 p.m., the River Valley Transit Committee will be meeting here at 3. I think it's in here. This, Jeff, you go to STEP at 4 o'clock today. Angela Chestnut Grove is here on the first floor, I believe, at 6 p.m.
Yep.
Tomorrow morning at 10, Kevin Fanning is coming down to review the MCM study on our radio system for emergency services. And that was a study that the commissioners had done last year at 1:30 on Tuesday. Some folks from STEP, Jim Plankenhorn, the director, and Rochelle Abbott wanted to come and meet with the new Board of Commissioners just to give you some information about STEP and our relationship. At 3 o'clock, you have a meeting with the court administrator on some HR issues.
Is that 3 or 3:30?
3:30. 3:30. Yes. Tell me if I don't have something that you have, because that.
I have 3:30.
Yeah, okay. That can happen, though, that I could totally miss something. On Wednesday, I don't have anything through the morning. At 6 p.m., there is a Penn State Extension Council meeting down at the Garden Building. And on Thursday and Friday, Jeff, you have a meeting at CCAP. We do have a commissioners meeting at 10 on Thursday. And I don't have much else on there at all for Thursday and Friday. Anybody have anything I missed?
It's not relative to our role as commissioners or county government, but I think it's worthy of announcing that on Thursday the 30th, Keystone Central School District is hosting a curriculum night at Central Mountain High School. It's an opportunity for parents and families and just people in the community to visit the high school and learn about all the different options that are available to the students within the school district. And I believe that starts at 5 p.m. on Thursday.
Did we also get an invitation from Ron Reynolds for Thursday, I thought, for the announcement?
That's Friday the 31st.
Friday? Okay.
I don't have anything on that.
So, I hope that one or both of you could attend that.
It's at 11 and I do have it in my calendar.
Monday, we have work session again at 9. That's about the week in review coming forward, going forward.
Angela, do you have anything?
I do not.
Jeff?
I do not, thank you.
Maybe not. Public? Yes?
This kind of has its roots in the work of the previous administration, so you might want to just take this under advisement. In August of 2018, Lewis Summers was appointed as part-time IT implementation manager, presumably to implement the recommendations of the study that he had done as a consultant between March and August of that year. As a part-time employee, he would have been subject to the annual 1,000-hour cap. Were all of those 1,000 hours used?
No.
So the implementation was completed in fewer than 1,000 hours. Do we know how many?
I did report that to someone who did a right to know on it. I can, if you give me a right to know, I can give you all that information too.
Well, doesn't really matter that much.
I mean, I have it all.
Apparently, it did not occur to Mr. Summers in the implementation plan that there were a couple of jobs in the IT department that were essentially disposable. Because those two jobs made it into the preliminary budget. And in the 19 days of review between that and approval of the budget, somebody obviously tripped over a stone and discovered that those two jobs were in fact disposable. So only one or two conclusions is possible. Either that the implementation plan was so frail that it only took 19 days to overcome at least part of its conclusions, or alternatively the implementation plan was fine and there was a short-term and possibly ill-founded decision taken to reverse part of it, which might itself in the fullness of time be reversible. I don't know which of those is the case, and I don't want to just spring it on you, but it would be interesting to know how those two thought processes are supposed to be reconciled. Other than that, I have nothing.
Anyone else? Thank you.